I feel inspired this morning. I woke up, went to the gym, squatted 225 pounds for a handful of reps, had a coaching call with one of my mentees. He was changing his life, building his business. He's in his mid-20s. Had a feast of a breakfast, eggs, bison sausage, cappuccino, an organic gluten-free pie. And walking through British Columbia, Canada, this is Vancouver, beautiful, sunny September day. I fly to Medellin, Colombia, 3 days from now. And as I was eating my breakfast, I was listening to Yuval Noah Harari's new book, Nexus. So Yuval wrote Sapiens, one of my all-time favorite books. And his new book is about tracking information systems, essentially from the dawn of time to now, while making predictions about the future and how AI will reshape our world, etc., etc. And it got me thinking about my goals and the life I'd like to build for myself. Everything from my goal of being alive to see the year 2100, to see the dawn of the 22nd century, to building my empire and my legacy and my businesses and my wealth, to leveraging those resources to optimize my health and my longevity so I can have a very long health span. For me, probably my greatest health risk to seeing the year 2100 is actually my eyes. I have weak eyes. And I find myself, on one hand, optimizing everything biologically to maximize my eyesight, and also having the knowledge that Elon Musk is directing the team at Neuralink. One of the first use cases for Neuralink is to cure blindness. Now, it's very close to human trials already. They will be trialing on humans in the next 1 to 2 years. And with my eyes, there's a high chance my biological eyes will serve me just fine for the next 30 to 40 years. However, once I hit age 80, given the weak point on my body on my eyes, it might be the case that from the age of 80 to 109, which is how long I plan to live, I could be using something like Neuralink to see, literally. And that's all exciting prospects. And for me, it's so important to position myself in a way that I can live that life I want to live. I think about deciding where to live my life in terms of where do I want to physically be? Where do I want to pay taxes? What tax jurisdiction makes sense to me? What country's healthcare makes sense to me? And I'm 33 years old now, and my generation is one of the first generations that really has grown up in this place of being able to architect our own lives in a way that our parents' generation never had the freedom and access to. Up until only the past decade, the privilege of world travel, spending months in different countries, choosing where to live, was something that was reserved for the ultra wealthy. And generally, the ultra wealthy was generational wealth, money you inherited from your parents. It's only recently that someone like me, who can have a profitable business, self-made, and people can be taking home $500,000 a year and live the lifestyle that people that were worth $100 million were able to live 30, 40 years ago. So the amount of money it takes to live a life of insane freedom, the bar has been lowered. And I also think about what are the things I'm doing now that will still be in 30, 40 years. And one of those things is this YouTube channel. It's been here for about 7.5, 8 years already. It's already generated me hundreds of thousands of dollars of revenue. And this commitment to daily videos I've undertaken recently has further inspired me in my mind to look at this as a somewhat of a lifelong project and cornerstone. It will persist through many different businesses that I build, and likely businesses that I sell. And it will build trust in the eyes of my future clients and customers. I think building trust at scale is something that's extremely valuable. One of those quotes that proves itself true time and time again is what Steve Jobs says about how you could only connect the dots looking backwards. And this YouTube channel is an example of that. It's almost like having faith in a sense, because I don't know all the tangible ways this YouTube channel and this commitment to daily videos is going to serve me, but I know there will be many. and many different pathways that it does serve me, whether it's business partnerships, whether it's coaching clients, whether it's clients for my agency, could even be a future life partner. My wife could find me through these YouTube videos in some roundabout way, who knows? But what I do know from past experience is that it's a robust and resilient asset. It will survive through the rising and falling of different business models, trends, etc. When I first started this YouTube channel, I was talking about how to sell websites. Then I got into talking about broader topics, psychology, mindset, entrepreneurship in general. Over the past several years, I've made a lot of videos about running profitable ads for service businesses, which is my cash flow business. And there will be a time in the future where that's not a viable business model anymore. It could be closer than we think. 10 years from now, it's hard to say what the dominant media platforms will be and how people's buying behaviors will have changed. It could be the case that one algorithm decides how to allocate all the money and business owners are doing it themselves. And my business model will have to change and evolve. But one thing that will likely stay is this idea of building trust at scale and me documenting my track record and what I'm working on. I mean, I think about why people watch my YouTube channel now. At the time of recording, I have about 8,500 subscribers. Is on the surface, people want to start online businesses and live a life of freedom. But deeper down, people want to be the protagonist of their life. People who grew up playing video games want to be the video game character they grew up playing. They want to travel distant lands, build their kingdom, meet their princess or prince. And it's just hard to do that working a 9-to-5 job. And I feel like this whole trend of knocking university degrees and regular jobs is kind of overdone now. But the deep truth behind it is how important it is to become a sovereign man or woman, chart your own path, have the freedom to take advantage of this global world we live in. I was talking to a friend the other day around how this idea of identifying strongly with one country is less relevant. We live in a world where we have access to global networks. I can be anywhere in the world within 24 hours over flying. I can talk to anyone in the world within seconds over Wi-Fi. I can do business with anyone in the world and accept payment from any country with simple payment processors like Stripe that take a day or two to set up. So in closing, if there's one thing I'd love for this video to remind you of, that you are the main character of your life. So take the disciplined steps now to build the freedom for you to fully enjoy it.